Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Spotlight with Aquilens. As you know, we bring you premium content that concerns real estate on this channel or on this podcast. Today, we are treating a very, very sensitive topic that every Nigerian needs to hear or listen to. And I have very amazing guests in the house with me to talk about this particular issue or this particular topic. My name is Nathaniel David. I'll be your host for today. And with me in the house, I have very amazing, wonderful, uh, seasoned professionals in the real estate industry or the real estate space. To my left, I have with me Miss Love. Is it Miss or Mrs.? I don't know if you're married. Miss Love Dakiri or Dakiri. Okay. She is the CEO of House Hunt uh, platform. It's a rental platform. I think after now we are going to towards the end of this session, she's going to explain to you what House Hunt is and how you can use that platform. It is very very important for renters. She's the one heading it. She's the CEO of House Hunt, and she has been doing an amazing job with the platform. To my right, I have Miss Boma. She's also one of the strongest hand when it comes to rentals in Port Harcourt. She's one of the strongest hands you can work with. Uh, they are with me in the studio today, and they would like to talk about this topic. Miss Dakiri, please say hi to the audience. Yeah. Miss Boma, please say hi to the audience. Yeah. All right, thank you. We'll be moving straight to the topic we have today. The topic is renting versus owning. What every Nigerian needs to know before paying another year's rent. I know when we hear rent, it is very, very, very crucial, or it speaks to most of us because everybody pays rent. Everybody pays rent at a point in your life. Even if you have a house now, you paid rent at a point. So we are going to be dissecting what it means to rent and own and which one is beneficial to most Nigerians. So I'm going to be starting with a couple of questions that I would ask the audience. It's just general. I don't need anybody to answer, but I'm just going to ask these questions. Think about them and answer. Let's start with how many people do you know who have paid rent continuously for 10 years or more? Reflect on that question. How many persons do you know that have paid rent for 10 years or more? That's the first question. The second one is now think about the total amount they have paid over that period of 10 years. What do they actually own today as a result of those payments? Those people that have paid rent for over 10 years, probably more than, those payments they've made, what do they own? Now, the third question is, having asked these two questions, what we are going to do here in this podcast is to help Nigerians make informed decisions about housing and also wealth creation. And so I have different blocks of questions that I will be throwing to our guests in the house. I'll start with the first one. Understanding the cost of renting. My first question is this: has rent become one of the biggest financial burdens facing Nigerian families today? Do you think that rent has become one of the biggest financial burdens facing most Nigerian families today? I would allow Ms. Love start with this question first. Then we'll move to Ms. Boma. What do you think? Do you think rent is one of the biggest financial burdens for most Nigerian families today? What do you think about that? Okay.
Because that's what it is. Rent, in fact, is the highest financial burden of every Nigerian. As a family, as an individual, personally, that's not the highest burden because other stocks might pay them instrumentally, gradually, but rent comes once in a year. But you see that one, it means a lot. So yes, that's one of the biggest burdens we have.
Oh, all right. Thank you for that delivery. She affirmed it that rent is one of the biggest financial burdens Nigerian families have. Ms. Boma, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I'll go with her answer. It's one of the biggest financial burdens in Nigeria currently. Aside food, light bill, and other bills, I think rent is one of the major financial burdens in Nigeria. So that's just it for now.
So you saying rent is one of the. I would need you to elaborate deeply. How do you mean? Most persons might not really see it that way. A lot of things we do, especially rent. People just pay rent, just make that payment like that. You don't really think about it. How do you mean that actually it is financially burdensome to families? Can you paint a scenario? Like, can you give an example, or so that people can relate with it?
Okay. Because right now in Nigeria, everybody's on survival mode.
Ah, are
Not
you on survival mode?
yes, yes, yes. Everybody's on survival mode.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody that does not see rent as a financial burden, or any family that does not see it as a financial burden, has where they are getting their income from, help or any other thing from.
Mm,
Yes. Then secondly, it's because they don't have the knowledge of home ownership or land ownership. I don't know if you're understanding me.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Uh,
that's it.
Miss Love, I think you should have something to say about that. I need an elaborate something that people can relate
How much
with.
is the salary of an average Nigerian? Let's
Um,
be real. How much is the salary of an average Nigerian?
like when I checked, based on my research, I saw 50K to 150. Average Nigeria, yes,
50K to
150.
I think it's about 70,000.
That's minimum
That's
wage.
minimum wage. How many people are actually being paid?
It's
That
seventy thousand naira.
let's say following minimum, but I can tell you that the person that's any less than 70,000 naira.
Yeah.
But let's say 70,000 naira to 150. And that 150 now is not like a good job.
Mm,
It's a good job. But some people that are lucky to get 300,
yeah.
to get this. How much is the self call? What happened?
I think you guys, you are in the space.
The rental, okay, you're into the rental space. If you want to get a good self call,
Mm,
the least you can start is 500,000 naira. That's the least. Even that
mm,
500,000 naira, you will not get something.
Yeah,
huge.
you won't get something.
You won't get something. You will have to do some work in the house, like kitchen
Yeah.
cabinet,
mm,
wardrobe. If you want kitchen cabinet, wardrobe, let's start with 800,000 naira to 1 million naira. Am I there?
Yeah. 1.5.
for self-con.
For a good environment.
It's good
Maybe
environment,
an
secure environment.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
no environment matters because where you stay, you need to
Yeah,
so you want a very good environment. In million naira. For
Wow.
self-con,
and
go
above.
like a special, they tell you POP, that drill, first gate.
Some will not even see the POP, just EDC.
So now, let's
Wow.
say an average salary of an average Nigerian is 70,000 naira to 150,000. If you want to do this normally, how you save the rent, you save it monthly.
Yeah.
That's the second way to save the rent. Let's say if you're earning office, you budget 20,000 naira daily, with monthly for your rent. So how much do you want to save to pay the self con of 800, 500,000? I don't even want to go to 800. How
Mm,
much do you want to save monthly to pay self con of 500,000 naira? So why is not a body? It's a body.
mm. Okay, I think this puts it very much in perspective. You know, that's part of the reason we are having this session today. The thing is, we use the experience of a little set of persons, people that are comfortable in Nigeria, to judge the whole of Nigerians, or the people actually renting these houses. When you ask some agent, they will tell you people they rent them now 500K. People are renting the apartments, but the number of persons actually earning good money to pay for this particular kinds of apartments, the numbers are very high compared to those people that are paying for it.
Yeah. Even those ones that you feel that they are okay paying with their citizens.
Yeah, they are not.
They're not
Mm,
okay. Forget when you see how the people in the apartment they come out, they are not okay.
They are not.
If you're close to them, you're close to somebody who is paying a rent of 1 million naira, 2 million naira, and the person tell you, oh, this rent there, you know that even they are not okay. They just have to pay and they just want to do.
mm. That's amazing. I'll go to my next question. When someone pays for rent for 10, 15, 20 years, what are they really buying? Because I feel you are paying money, you are getting value of some sort. You are actually buying something, you are paying for something. So what are they buying exactly? Are they buying shelter, convenience, peace of mind, or is there something else we don't know?
They are not buying it. They are just buying. They are, they are not actually buying it. Maybe aside their home properties or something, their chairs. Cell phone doesn't require a chair. No. So if you're renting a cell phone apartment, you're actually losing. Do you understand me? So they are not buying anything.
If you feel they don't buy, they are not buying anything.
They're not even peace of mind. Because when you rent an apartment, you
Mm.
still have bills to pay. You have other things. Maybe if you have a bad neighbor, you'll be troubled in that environment on your compound. Do you understand me? Sometimes maybe they might have a light issue, excuse me, they might have light issue, water issue, and other things. So like they are basically not there's no benefit for renting. Yeah,
Miss
there's no
Love,
benefit.
I will want you to weigh in. Miss Buma have given her 2 cents. What do you think? Somebody that pays such amount of money, let's say you keep paying 500K for 10 years. That's a lot of money. 500K 2 years, that's 1 million naira. Just like that. It's about 5 million naira like for 10 years straight. Now do 15 years. That should be 7.5 or so, I don't know. 20 years. You understand? So what are they actually buying? I think a lot of Nigerians need to know what they are buying. What is the actual value you are getting for the money you are paying for that protracted number of time? You understand? What are they actually buying? Some persons are not really considering home ownership. You understand?
Yeah.
So what are they actually buying? What are they buying? Since you are in the space, you are in the rental space, people paying for all these houses. What do you think they are buying? What is the value they are getting?
One thing, I'm trying to like actually and realistic like
Okay.
on this podcast. Like I want people to understand what I'm saying. You get I agree with that. Hmm? But my 2 cents on this is on the long term, you're literally not buying it.
Mm,
You're looking at it on the long term, 10 years, 5 years, like 10 years ago. You have
mm,
to go at 5 years,
5 years.
15 years, you're not buying anything. But in a short period of time,
Okay.
you're buying peace and confidence.
Yeah, just
Oh,
a roof over
Within
your
1 year,
head.
2 years, you're buying peace and you're buying the confidence. Because you want to go and stay with somebody.
Yeah,
yeah,
Be
that's
honest.
actually.
yeah,
If you
that's
have a
true. That's right.
roommate, you
Mm,
know
That's another thing. Though.
here. So for a year, two, let's say three, you're buying peace and you're buying confidence. But
okay.
from five, let's be real.
5 to 10 years.
If it is
It's
about
it's no longer. I
Not
think
buying anything.
to a level you get dissatisfied with that particular apartment too,
Yeah.
and if you
you want
actually you're a
yes,
forward
you
moving
want you
person,
want you
yeah.
want to upgrade like
And the
me
more
now.
you move, the
I'm
more
not staying
there's an
I'm not staying in an
increase.
apartment for 2 years.
Mm,
Really?
Yes.
wow.
Like from the moment I left school, start from school, okay, no, I think in my final year, I stayed in an apartment like 321. Since I left school. And I said in this one, I want to upgrade. And I said in this one, I
Mm,
want to upgrade. Orlando will come and tell me, in fact, they increased my rent from
Your rent.
400 from 350 to 550. House that when I rented, there was no wardrobe, there was no kitchen
mm,
cabinet. I had to say, landlord, me, I cannot stay. Okay, say, bring 50, let me bring 50. I said, no problem. For my confidence, I brought 50, brought 50. Did wardrobe, did kitchen cabinet. A year later, a month to my rent to expire, landlord told me that the rent is not 550. That's over. So I've been staying
mm.
in an apartment like 2 years.
Wow, wow.
I
So
don't think it's good. Because
If
okay. Mm.
once it's
On the other hand, yeah, probably you've made connections within that neighborhood.
yeah,
Lots of some persons are some persons there, or maybe if you have a business there, moving 2 years it could affect you. I get that, but you are trying to say something. I perceive the undertone of what you are trying to pass across. Staying too long, it could be for the short term, 2, 3, 4, let's say 4 years. But when it's getting to five,
like
7, 10, 15, that's where there's something
trust
wrong,
them.
right? Okay, I get it very much. So I think we are getting to understand our guests here. Renting is not a problem. Like I said before we started, the problem is not rent. We're not trying to paint renting in a bad light. No, it is very, very important, especially for people that are starting out now. But that is not where you should stop. So we'll continue with the next questions. My third question is this. We are still trying to understand the cost of renting, because all of these things we are trying to understand what are the hidden costs. We don't think about it, but everything we do have a cost. Renting too has a cost, even if it is beneficial. There are downsides to it. So my third question under understanding the cost of renting is: are there hidden costs? I just said it. Are there hidden costs of renting that many people don't think about until years later? And what are those hidden costs? Are there hidden costs of renting? You guys are professionals in the space. What are those things people don't know? They don't think about rent when they rent apartments. They don't think about it. That okay, I am doing this now, but it's going to cost me this. Especially for people that have done it for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. What do you feel? What do you think are the hidden costs that people don't know about that they should be aware of on this podcast?
So, okay,
Yeah,
for those that are stable enough and that are still, they are still renting, there's a cost, and I think that's stagnancy.
stagnant.
Yeah,
You'll be stagnant.
yeah. Financial, like, I don't know, they are putting themselves under, I don't even know how to put it, but like, it's just stagnancy. Instead of you to move, to grow in debt, to keep renting, years are going, passing by. Do you understand? You're not buying land, you're not owning your own home. So it's just stagnancy. Do you get it's stagnancy?
So it is not from my mouth to somebody that is renting apartments to you is saying it. Please, your agent in the she's telling you that you are stagnant. You've done 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Okay, I think that is something you should reckon
For
with,
people that are stable though,
that are stable.
yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
okay, now you are saying people that are stable. People that are not stable, what should they do?
Yeah, they actually don't have anything to do now. Like you said, you when you were a student, yeah. And they don't really like students don't really have anything to do about it.
So don't we have people that are not students that are not stable?
Yeah, we do now. We,
That's 90%.
hey,
Right?
90%.
more. Yeah, we have those kind of persons.
Okay, I will come back to this particular thing you said. Miss Love, what do you think are the hidden costs of renting? I know you are a professional in this space. You've held people's hands to rent apartments. You've showed them the ropes. You've linked them up with landlords, giving them apartments and all that. Well, that in this thing you are doing, are there hidden costs that the person renting don't know about? I'm not talking with regards to the payment they make and the rest, but renting for a very long period of time. What are those hidden costs they should be aware of?
That piece that you want, I want to tell my mom. And that piece, one pieces. Yes, sir. Yes, that
Labor
piece
pattern.
becomes pieces of the long run.
Mm,
That comfort you're looking for becomes discomfort on the long run. Yes.
okay.
So those things that you feel like you want will become a problem in the long run. And
Mm,
also what you said, stagnancy. Within 5 years, let's say as a man, you want me to start a family,
yeah.
right? You now have to harbor somebody in your house.
Mm,
And that's from there, start bearing children. Start parents, start feeding your wife, start feeding your kids. So maybe if before you were surviving with 2 million,
Yeah,
then big boy,
yeah.
you rent yourself for now
mm,
1 million. That's right. And that's that 1 million is cheap.
mm,
Like my dad, when I rented my apartment, I didn't let my dad know. Because my dad, like, he'll never pay rent in his life.
mm.
That's what he said.
Because he knows.
My dad said he will never pay rent. He's like, okay, I cannot stay on that.
Yeah.
I need to go and meet
Mm.
my own place. So then I made a drastic decision in the year 2024. I mean, 2024, I didn't want to, when I told him, I didn't tell them to. The only issue my dad had is how would you pay your rent? That was the only
Mm.
issue he had. When I told him, I explained everything, he said, I don't have a problem about it. I don't have a problem with what you understand. But my problem here is how do you pay rent? He said, I've not paid rent since I was
Mm.
born today, and now my daughter
Wow.
is going back to pay rent.
Parents.
So that's the only one he has. So
Mm.
yes, on the long run,
Mm.
Did you ask your father
Okay.
how did he manage to not pay rent all through his life?
you know, well, I used to say one of the easiest ways to own wealth
Yeah.
is to born for it.
Wow.
Mm. Yeah. I
That's
think
the
yeah.
easiest way. Anyway,
It's the
they tell you
easiest. Yes.
do this one, do this one.
Yes.
The easiest way to own wealth is to born
Born
for wealth. And when you're born into wealth, it's like you don't want to have sex, that's your business.
Mm.
But if you don't want to have sex, there's somebody that will say, hold your hand,
And
and into the world.
that's true.
So he acquired it, that's how he started. From
Yeah.
inherited.
Oh, wow.
Inherited it. Then from there, it was easier for him to inherit.
Mm.
That's
That,
that's good.
that's actually nice. That's
So we born into well, so how's it now? How's it?
all right. Moving forward, like I said, we have different blocks of questions. Um, we are going to move towards the reality of home ownership. I'm just going to ask some questions here. And my first question here is, the basic intention of having this podcast is to make people know the current realities of renting first, the cost of renting, and how to move from renting to home ownership. This is a series. You understand? This is a series, and this is the first podcast in this series. So we want to know the reality of home ownership. This is the second framework of the questions we have. My first question here is this. Many Nigerians dream of owning property. Is that dream still realistic in today's economy? Those persons that they have this desire. I want to own property. I want to own property. I want to build my own house. I want to have my own house. With today's economy, is that goal, is that desire, is it realistic? What do you guys think?
Those that
I
are
will,
funny.
I will, I will,
Hey,
I
what's
will,
the okay?
I will
You're
also,
fighting for wealth.
I'll come to you because I think recently I saw on one of your posts as regards house hunt. You said you can upload your houses, your lands for buyers to see. I know you could have gotten some data from those things you've uploaded. And also, Ms. Boma, you've been in the real estate space for quite some time. You should know what the average cost of houses is. Let's use the list: 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. We shouldn't go to duplexes because those ones are for high net worth individuals. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. Let's leave 3 bedroom, 1 bedroom, and 2 bedroom because we know that this is what is affordable for the average Joe. So, do you think, with the prices you have seen, do you think it's realistic? Somebody that is have this drive, I want to have my own house. Do you think it's realistic? Miss Boma, let's hear from you.
It is.
It is. Wow, you are in luck. Let's hear why. Why? How is it realistic? Please.
Okay. For me, right now, currently, I don't have my home where I stay, but I think I have that zeal to own one.
Okay.
So now, right now, I'm searching for platforms. I'm doing research, and I think it's very much possible because there are things now I know that there are means to own your own home, even
Okay.
as a young person,
Oh,
and even as you're not that stable. You have
excuse
to
me.
be like,
You are selling the dream to them because most of them will come to your DM. They will come to us and I'll direct them to you.
okay.
So please go
So
ahead.
you don't have to like have a lot. You don't have to be that stable. You don't have to wait for years. You don't have to keep renting and renting. So that money I did to rent, there's something that easy to do, and you have your own home. Oh. So that's just it. It's very much possible. Should I like spill the beans?
Yeah, go. You can go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay, first of if you have a little business or where you work, basically everybody in Nigeria, I don't you can't tell me that a youth like maybe a 24 or a 25-year-old lady will not have something that she's doing currently, even if it's a 9 to 5 or maybe her own small business.
Mm,
Do you understand? So first of all, you need to have something. That I said, you don't really need to be that stable, but at least have something you can use to generate. They use something to generate wealth. They use money to like make more money. So you have to. I won't just tell you what it is. Let me just be realistic. You need something, even if it's small. Maybe a small business, a 9 to 5 that can pay you. You need skill. If you can do anything, if you can talk, there are things that there are platforms that give people opportunities. You get. So first off, I will not go and spill this when I'm not told the truth.
okay.
You need a small income. Then
Wait. So sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Because I like using. I love numbers a lot. The small income you're talking about. Realistically, every month, what in your by your own means of definition, what do you mean by small income? Do you mean 20,000? Do you mean 10,000 every month?
Okay, this a roadside Indomie. This Mishai and Indomie can give you 300,000 in a day. Okay, let's say from 100, sorry, I mean in a month. Do you understand? 300,000.
Thank God you clarified
At
now. For
least,
go open the shine now.
at least from 100 to 300,000 or more. It
Hmm.
depends on firstly your location,
Right.
your brand, like the way you package your stuff, the way you do your business. Like if you have an online base, yes. So okay, let me talk about the small business side.
No, wait, please.
So that
You want to just you have pressure already.
no, I'm just thinking like I think I have friends now. I know people that are into it. So that it's just that I feel like Nigeria youth are lazy.
Please.
No, stop.
Okay.
No, speaking of no, you're not lazy. I'm not lazy, but stop.
So, okay.
Yes, those ones that are looking for money, they are looking for at least more income.
For cheap money.
Because some people misunderstand what I'm saying. When I'm saying you need small income, some people will not understand. Small income, I mean, you can also for the problem, go they do something. Do you understand?
Mm,
But just have something.
something coming in.
Yes. So now the income is not just 20,000 naira, like you said, it's not 20, it's not 40 because if you have a business or a 9 to 5 that pays you 50K, it won't go anywhere.
Mm,
Honestly speaking,
yeah.
we all know it won't go anywhere. So maybe if you have something, you can also work 9 to 5 and maybe also have something you're doing. I feel like that's when you can own your own
Okay,
apartment.
you are saying like that you can start from there.
Yes,
You are going to focus on the income first.
yes, the
What you are
income.
getting monthly as revenue.
Yes, you
Start
need
from there.
income. Yeah, because you
Okay.
can't just even if I want to own an apartment, it won't just land now. Do you understand? It won't
So
just
all right, I get your point totally. The first place you are starting from, if you want to, you said
yeah.
realistically,
Yes,
you need to start from your income, what
yes,
you make.
yes.
So I've gotten that correctly. Please, Miss Love, what is your own what is the idea you have when it comes to being realistic about owning your own home, your own property in today's economy? Remember, I'm always eliciting that word. Today's economy, today our economy today, Tinubu's economy. So is it realistic?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
It's realistic.
thank God. Oh,
It's realistic. But you pay through blood, sweat, and tears.
oh.
It requires a lot of things.
Hmm.
Blood, very realistic. But blood, to cost you, it might to cost you your mental health, to
Hmm.
cost you your physical health, to
Hmm.
cost you your stomach. So if you have that discipline, you can do it.
Okay.
And just like you said, maybe I'm not lazy.
No, me, I'm not lazy.
Nigerian youth, we are not lazy.
Go the ones that know, the ones that don't know. You're in Nigerian,
Yeah,
yes, you are not lazy. Go outside and see what
that's
Nigerians are
true.
doing outside. You are not lazy. Don't just have to work for anybody.
Mm,
So it's realistic. But like I said, though you pay for it. Though there are some persons, there are some sort of income that you can easily get. But there's something I feel that is a problem, and I think it's knowledge gap.
oh,
That's what I think is a problem because people don't know how to get
okay.
it done. It's
Mm,
possible, but they don't know how.
wow. Mm,
Let me say, for an instance, you earn 100,000 naira. You
yeah,
can own land 100,000 naira.
yeah.
And this is knowledge that we have. So with
Mm,
time,
got
I now
me.
have to let me teach
Mm,
you. You can own a
yeah.
land with 100,000 naira. Real estate is everywhere, but I think the fear is getting to buy the land.
Wrong, yeah, that's
That's
true.
that's the fear. And that's one of the fears I have.
Yeah.
Getting to buy most of the land you have are owned by very people. So
Actually,
when you go buy land, and the person say land and 10 person is buying. I hear your problem. Which that comes.
actually,
So that's because if you have 100K, let's say be disciplined. To cost you, to cost you, but
actually,
your feeding you cut it down.
mm,
Transportation can cut it down.
I'm not sure.
You can't
I'm
cut
not sure.
transportation, but you can cut
Yeah,
miscellaneous, you can cut
you
it
can
down.
cut.
You can decide to stay for some hours without like that. You can decide to turn off everything and just start your phone.
Reduce
You
data
understand? To
consumption.
reduce your usage of units, your to
Mm,
cost. Yeah, it's to cost you.
yeah,
But it's definitely cost you. I like this shoe. I want to buy it. I want to buy that. Then you now give yourself a discipline to start saving a certain amount monthly, or better still, you start working because you save money, but that money will
Yes,
save.
actually,
So one of the best ways that you have to give them, you have to do like this, you have fixed deposits. Either you lock it or you work with the real estate firm direct, someone you trust that 1 year because it might cost you 2 years to get the land.
mm,
It might cost you if you really want to, it might cost you 2 years.
actually,
So you work with a firm that you know that even in 2 years, they're
it's
sitting
still
on the
there.
ground.
Mm,
And their land, their land of 500,000.
yes.
Their
yes,
land of
absolutely.
1 million naira. Okay. So if you're saving 30,000 naira every month per se, that is the least income a
Mm,
Nigerian can get into the 100,000 naira. If you're doing 30 naira with discipline, you understand. And that thing now will cost you to have, just like you said, have another stream of income apart from your salary so that as you're gathering your salary, the other stream of income will
bring
be
it
working.
something, yeah, so it can be
So
balanced.
now you now work with either you lock the money somewhere for 1 year or you work side by side with
Bring it
them.
something, yeah.
Tell them every month I want to be doing this
Mm,
because I have a plan to own the land within this duration. And by the time you calculate 30,000 naira within a year, within a year and 6 months, it will be
that,
ready. So this is the land you want to buy within this time. And what I got to understand because I made some inquiries, it's not when you want to buy now, they sell it for some real
mm,
estate agent do that.
yeah,
Buy them.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
They start a lot. So before you know, even that money you're saving with them might not be able to get
Get
you the land.
the property, yeah.
So that's why you say it's realistic, but not
Yes, and
sweat.
yes. Mm,
That's
right, that's very, very solid. That's very solid. That delivery was solid.
says for you that
You see? Okay.
It's for those that don't want to be lazy now. To appreciate their blood, their sweat.
Nothing actually comes easy. Nothing actually
what
comes
it
easy.
is for me.
So
I've seen people do.
it is realistic, but you've heard how you're going to go about it. Your income first, and you should be ready to be disciplined. It takes discipline to actually own it. The next question under the reality of ownership is, what do you think is truly stopping people from becoming property owners? Is it their income? Is it the mindset? Is it the lack of planning or the lack of opportunities? Is it the income? The mindset? Is it the lack of planning or lack of opportunities? What do you think? Between these things I mentioned, which one do you think stands out most? That is stopping most Nigerian youth, stopping most young people. Young people, I mean people from 25 years to let's say 40, from achieving or getting their own homes. What do you think it is? What stand out the most for us? Or what? It could be two, it could be three, it could be all. What do you think is stopping them?
Firstly, I'll say the mindset.
Okay.
That's the very first thing I would say. The mindset. If you think it, you can do it. It might take you. You can think about it.
Yeah.
You can
Hmm.
do it. The mindset first. So discipline. So
Hmm.
discipline. Then
Okay.
lastly, opportunities that will come.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Mindset, discipline, and the opportunities. So you are trying to tell me that if we help them change their mindset, which what is what we are doing here on this podcast first, if they can be disciplined, two, the third one is what?
If they have the opportunity.
If they see opportunities. Do you think most Nigerians will have their own houses?
Yes. Yes. Let me give let me, let me give a realistic example.
Okay.
An average Igbo man coming from anything that has nothing. He
Mm-hmm.
knows that if he serves under his boss for 5 years, he will own the shop. He already has that mindset already. He
Mm.
does not care what it costs him. He knows it. Long period of time, he will own the shop. So that's the mindset is coming to Port Harcourt, is coming to Lagos.
Yeah.
The
Mm.
mindset of on the long run, I will get my shop.
Mm.
That's mindset. Two, now in reality, you can see me wearing one clothes, you go for my three, or one
Mm.
month. You know, say,
It's
does
focused.
not, yes, that's discipline. That's the concept. It does not send you. Before you know now, ladies they don't open small no operation. And these opportunities
Yeah.
because you have that mindset.
Mm.
That but if you have the opportunity
Um,
and you don't have the mindset, you can't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
mm. So um, we have been served the real issues that lots of Nigerians should pay attention to. Number one, Miss Love said, is the mindset. I can tell you for a fact that she's correct. A lot of us don't have this mindset about owning. Like I've spoken to lots of young persons. Nobody's thinking about home ownership. Once you pay your yearly rent, that is it. Because it's looking like it is distant. It's a distant reality. Second one is can you help me again? Discipline, right? And the
Yes.
third one is opportunities. About opportunities, that is why we are on this podcast. And that is why Equilux exists. There are opportunities that will be rolling out. And if you are actually intentional about home ownership, you will take part of those opportunities. Now, I'll move to my next question, which is very, very important. I need practical pathways to ownership. I need very practical pathways to ownership. Now, let me paint this scenario. Somebody is earning 150,000 naira and the person is paying rent of 500,000 naira annually. How can that person own their own home? To you, what do you think? I know you are not developers, but you should be able to analyze the situation. I earn 150,000 naira every month. That should be around 1 point 1 point something million naira 12 calendar year. And I pay about 500,000 naira for a self com. That's that is it close to half of what I earn. So if I'm paying almost half of what I earn to my landlord, how can somebody like that own their own home? What ideas do you have? He had a, listen, you know why I'm saying this? Because this is the case of most Nigerians. Most Nigerians, most of us, most young people. This is the case. You hardly find a graduate that finishes school and you get a job that pays you higher than 70, 60, 80,000 naira. So 90 or 85% of the populace, which are young people, this is what they earn. And on an average, I've seen self-con in Lagos, I've seen in Abuja, I've seen in Port Harcourt. These are the three major locations. Across other states too, it is increasing. But these three states, like it is crazy. Currently, I've seen self-con of 1 million naira. Something I have in my widest dream, I don't think is possible. The threshold I give self-con is 300k, highest 400.
Except for 70,000.
Please. That was the highest. Those days we could see 70 self-con, 70, 90,000 naira was the highest I saw. But now self-contained, one room where all your ngongo will be inside. They are collecting 500, 600, 1 million naira. Now, for somebody like that, how do you think? Because a lot of persons they've lost hope. They are not even thinking about home ownership. How do you think somebody like that, which is about 90 or 85% of us, how can they move towards home ownership? What do you think?
You have to be crazy. They go crazy concerning their finance. Seriously, if you don't have mind, you can't go forward, especially in this Nigeria. You cannot. If you don't beat your chest and say, I'm going to do this. So that's just it for now. We have to have this crazy mindset. Do you understand? Because since the economy is going crazy, everybody, do you understand? Everything is going crazy. Bills, you, yes, you have to just yes,
Okay.
because when you're crazy now, when you just have, I want to do this, you see opportunities start looking. I don't know if you understand me. If you say, I want to do this, somehow, you find what you're looking for. Even if at that time you cannot afford it, but you see, you start seeing opportunities of what you want. Is it to own a land, to buy house, whatever? Just make up your mind. Go crazy about it. Then for the finance, the 150K monthly, let's go there. But if if someone is making 150K monthly, let's not like, I think this person is going now also. I don't know, own an apartment. Is it a person? Hmm, yeah, real estate I think currently now, even Aquilos, we have a platform where we do land share. Yes, a platform called land share where you pay, is it 3,000 naira weekly? 3,000 naira weekly for about, I think, 54 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, there are
Weekly,
opportunities.
weekly.
Yes.
Yes,
4 weeks. And
Yes.
what do you have? If see what I say,
land share.
knowledge that.
Actually.
Yes, knowledge too. Land share, you come, not just you, maybe if you have friends that are also interested in buying land, it's like a, I don't know, how do they put it? Like a group
Okay,
stuff.
every week.
Mm.
what do you-
Yes,
Yes. Every week.
yes, I think
Yes.
about five
For
to
24 weeks.
Yes.
yes,
Then at the end, what do you have?
You have the property to
you
yourself.
and other. Yes,
Yes, you do.
yes.
Yes, yes, in actuality.
Just
Don't allow them the advertising. After now, we can. Yes, it is. It's something like that.
yes.
Okay, she's opening your eyes to opportunities actually.
It's
So you
just
should pay attention to that.
knowledge. There are companies doing a lot that people don't know.
Okay. So you're trying to say they are not open to opportunities.
Yes, people are not open to
I mean,
opportunities.
because it's not that talking about.
Yes, they've not. That's it. By the time you say, okay, I want to go crazy about this, you see, you start finding out, you start going to, firms. You just see yourself going to real estate companies, going to make inquiries and stuff like. When you want to do something, you can't just see that. You see yourself, you go out, you ask people, you make research. That's the craze I'm talking about. The craze. Do you understand? So that's it right now. People are doing a lot. Land, you see, how do they call that ajoting? Now they have land ajoting, not just friendship ajo. These are our women ajo recently. They have land ajo, land share. There are things that even you can see someone if the patient you asked said if the person is making 150K monthly, there's also an opportunity of paying, is it 30,000 naira monthly to gain a plot of land too. So if you're owning 200, 250 and above, you can just buy a plot of land. It's very much possible. So
Hmm.
that your patient is very much possible.
Okay. Miss Love, you are just sitting like you are dazed or something.
There's 3K to get land.
Yes,
Like that. You know, most people do is 3K to get
yes,
Hmm.
yes, now,
now.
I mean, that's true.
Wow.
That's what grandpa
Yes,
charges
yes.
for a bag of rice.
Yes,
Wow.
food stuff. Yes,
That's what
Mhm.
grandpa. If you
yes.
come out rapidly with 3K to get land,
You've been doing it for over 2 years now. So,
it's not pronounced that
yeah.
It's the weekly or the 3K weekly. You can afford the 30K monthly. Anyone, it's out there.
3K data. I will need data and buy land. That's the truth. We need data and buy land. Me, I know it's realistic, but it's realistic.
It's just your opportunity.
So,
But it's like people don't have.
Yeah,
knowledge.
they don't.
But the knowledge.
Online, what you see is get this because of 50 million naira.
Hmm.
A lot of Lagos. You see that? That's
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I think this is one thing. Since they're into this,
Yeah.
this one thing to bring to that land.
Yes.
Forget the 50 million,
Yeah.
50 million. Only this 8K you can get,
Yes.
5K you
You
can
can
get.
get it.
People will start coming to your place.
Hmm. So you are saying people need to hear more about
You need
opportunities.
to learn to
Yes.
know how cheap it is. Not, you know, and just pay instrumental payment of 200,000 naira, instrumental payment of 1 million naira, and the next, we know that
Yeah.
1,200,000 is small money, but we don't have this.
Hmm.
As an African Nigerian, we don't have, we know the money is small to get the land, but we don't have.
Yes, it's
How
what
can we use 3K to get land?
Hmm.
How can we use 10K to
Get
get
that.
land? If you
Hmm.
come out
Hmm.
wrong, because people will come to you like that. What people come to now, keep it together, bag of rice.
Food
But buy a carton of windows.
is very important.
Once they see land, and in the next 3 years, they sell this land.
Yeah.
They rush.
That's nice. That's nice. So quick adverts we're doing land share. We have land share here at Equinox over 2 years now. We have lots of subscribers, about 80, close to 100% share that have subscribed to land share. So if you're interested, please shoot us a DM. Moving away from that, now this very sensitive question I would want to ask: is it better to have the money to afford everything at once, like to afford to buy land and build, or is it better to do it little by little? Start with what you can afford. Which do you think, with the current state of the economy, is the best path to follow? Is it to wait?
Answer.
The podcast I was listening to, one of the podcast, the story from, I think, on TikTok. I think it was Instagram. I skipped it. I went to TikTok. I said, okay, let me listen. Like, this is listen. And after everything, he said, if you notice, one thing God told Abraham was giving you how to, what can you see?
How far?
How far can you see? I think he also told that to Moses
Yeah,
when he left Egypt. He
Egypt.
said, as far as you
I
can see.
see.
So for you to see, you're seeing from wherever you're seeing from. You're
Yes,
seeing from
where you are.
like I'm standing here now. How far can you see? So start from there. If you want them to hear it, when you start, say start communicating, start making
This is a cue for you to start. Start. Just start. When you start, the opportunities will come. The finance will come too. Start. So, Mrs. Boma, what do you think? To start now or to wait till everything is ready?
Start now, man. If you have 3K, start to.
Because let me tell you, one of the issues we have with land share is when you tell somebody, okay, with 3K with this you can start, they will telling you, why will I go? Why you go use 3,000 naira buy land? Why wait till I get the millions? Why I gather the money first? A lot of Nigerians, even those people that are building, that we are asking to build, home ownership, sometimes you tell them, now currently we have um, openings for quarter plots instead of full plots or half plots. If you don't have money for full plots, 5 million, 6 million, you can buy quarter plots. And for the quarter plot, you can actually build 1 bedroom on it.
Wow.
Nice 1 bedroom. You can build 3 units of self-con on it. And the quarter plot, how much? Some 1 million, some 1.5 million naira for the land. Instead of going inside to buy lands in the remote areas, you can actually start building in those locations. Now, some persons will tell you, it's too small now. It's I want use and financially they are not capable.
Yeah.
Even if you say you know good and say just like you kind of do forward.
So the initiative is to what? To start early, start small, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
And let me go to my last question for today. Are there situations where renting is genuinely smarter than owning your home? Are there situations where renting is genuinely smarter? It's a genuinely smarter financial decision than owning your house. You know, it's not everybody that will be focused on owning their own. So, what situations do you think renting is better instead of owning?
Okay. For that's the question. I think when you're not, they always say when you're not stable enough, and when you don't have plans of staying there for a very long time, like you're this type that moves from one place and another, do you understand? So renting is just like the wisest choice.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just it.
For somebody that is always moving.
Yes, that's always moving. That's just it.
Okay. Okay. Right. Miss Love, what do you think? Well, in what situations do you feel renting is the best decision for you? You don't have any business with owning your own house.
You're starting like
Hmm.
you're starting
Hmm.
it's what you said too. If your work requires transfer from next to just 6 months to pay, stay there a job with you then. Another thing is if your graduate if you're graduating because you know this money thing,
Hmm.
it works like this. You if let's say you have a salary of 150,000 naira fixed
Hmm.
income, you bring home sunshine, you bring home now let's say there's a business you have in mind
Hmm.
and you want to invest in that business, want that business to flourish and if your planning in 2 years, if you start installing, maybe put somebody
Hmm.
that somebody might be generating that
Income.
money, that salary and might not and you now have a child. You
Hmm.
understand? So within that period, that's your salary vetting a child,
Yeah.
you can be
Hmm.
renting. But when
Hmm.
that your child start vetting grandchild, then
Oh.
you start joining the club.
Hmm. Wow.
So you stable enough.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for availing yourself for this podcast. I'll be closing with this question, and this question is to our viewers. The question is just simple. I need you to ponder deeply on it. The question is this: if your landlord called you tomorrow and increased your rent by 50% or 100%, what options do you realistically have? Those of you renting, this question is for you. All of our viewers out there, the audience out there, and for us in the studio. If your landlord calls you tomorrow and increases your rent by 50 or 100%, what options do you think you have? The second question is, what can you start doing today to create more opportunities for yourself, to create more options for yourself, just for your future? Think about it. If your landlord calls today and tell you he's increasing your rent by 100%, and with what you are currently earning, you know you cannot pay that rent, what options do you have? And also, how can you plan for your future? Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. As you know, this is Aquinox. We are very, very intentional about home ownership. That is why we have this podcast. It is in sessions. This is the first one. Next week, we'll be having another one. We'll be having a developer in the house, and he's going to tell you realistically how you can start building your own house. Thank you for joining us on this podcast today. See you on the next one. Follow, like, share, and subscribe.
I want to pitch. I want to pitch
All right.
my.
Yes.
I want to pitch my company. Hello, everybody. I am CEO of House Homes. And basically, in House Homes, what do we do? House Homes serves as a middleman between the house agents and the house seekers. Agents are allowed to post property for rent and also for sale on house homes, and the seekers can just go to the site, browse the kind of property you want, self-phone, you can filter by price, location, and as the case may be. You see the full video and the full everything about the house, the price, the location. So you see what you're actually wanting to rent before you contact any agent.
Mm.
When you see it, you contact the agents that uploaded the house, and if you like the house, you already have the location, set a meeting with your agent, and you pay for the house if you like it. Rather than moving from agents carrying you from Rumokoro to where we go to you warfare, and stand under the rain and under the sun instead of the house. So just go to the site, search for the kind of house you're looking for, contact the agent, and you know the exact location you're going to and the exact property you're going to see, rather than moving around from house instead of a house. So do well to visit www.househunts.com. HOUZEHUNT.com. You can follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, and everywhere. Our call lines are there. You can also chat our customer support for everything. So thank you guys. Bye.
Please go stop stressing yourself. The worst thing you can do for yourself as a young person looking for accommodation is to fall under the mutiny and the wrath of agents in Port Harcourt. You will hate yourself. Honestly, you will spend and you will cry while spending. So to make it easier, to make it more convenient for you, please use House Hunt. Use House Hunt today. Thank you very much.